the physical signs that I was having was I had a shortness of breath, and I guess I looked pale. And when I get home from work, my wife Brenda would tell me, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And even at work, the owner of the security company I was working for, he asked me the same question. So, on a little side note, everybody in here, you know your own body. So please, don't be stubborn like me. If something's not right, go get checked. And that's one of the reasons why I had asked Pastor Bobby if I could be out here, because if you can learn from me, that'd be great.
That's awesome. People say that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. For all the men in here that are stubborn, okay? Brother Alex is letting you know, all right? It is okay to go to the doctor, okay? Say it with me. The doctor. The Lord placed them here for a reason, all right? They have intelligence and knowledge. It's a good thing. Thanks for sharing that, Brother Alex. Let's go to the next one. How did prayer bring healing to your situation?
Well, I know that when I was unconscious, and in my prayers to God, everybody says something like they see a light, or God touches them, or something like that. And I can't say that, but I can say this. I could feel so many people praying for me.
Amen.
And there was no way. There's no way I could give up. Oh, wait.
Come on.
In the end, I never realized how many people cared about me. Aside from my Almendarez family and my Muniz family, I just, I'm so grateful that I have so many great friends.
How did that make you feel good, Alex?
Makes me feel really good inside.
That's awesome. My next one, I think, is in touch with that question that I just gave you right now. How do you think prayer affected your family?
Wow, I think it brought us even closer. I'm going to bring them up later on, my family, but they're all involved in church. And as a father, when I sit down where y'all are at, I'm just so proud of them. I'm very proud of them. But it brought me closer.
I think on something that was happening at that point, if I can say anything, for those of you that don't know, Abby and Kareem, when they first got to the church, right, we were super young. I remember sitting down with Brother Alex and Sister Brenda, and we're sitting there, we're having this conversation, like, Brother Alex, we want to do this, da, 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 da. We had zero money, okay? He had no reason to believe what I was telling him at that table, okay? And I was like, Brother Alex, come on, let's have church here. Da, 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 da. Gilly was super in. I think he was listening more to his son than anything. Right? I was like, Gilly, let's do this. Please, Dad. And it was like, yes, please, Dad, let's do this. But it was because of him and Brenda believing in that, that you sit in these chairs today. So just in case you didn't know, the church started in their living room. It started in their living room. They let us be there. We were there for about 6 months. Had a small little light. But the reason I bring that up, Abby and Kareem were not singing at the time. They didn't have that in themselves to say, hey, this is what I want to do. And now you see Kareem's like busting, looking like John Lennon, she's just like, oh my God, Stevie Wonder type thing. Sometimes she's not even looking. If you just give her glasses, they're identical, right, girl? I'm just saying. And Abby's like, it's a really, really good thing, but we're proud of him, and I think that's a beautiful thing. But prayer is awesome. Brother Alex, when I went to your house the other day, you were telling me that when y'all sit down at the table as a family, you stay there a little bit longer.
Yes.
Why is that?
I appreciate the little things that we take for granted. And, being at the dinner table with my family, or with the Almendarez family. Recently we had a gathering at my mom's house. It was great to see all my brothers and sisters there. When we've gone over to see my in-laws and Muniz family, just sitting at the table and enjoying each other's company, who needs cable? When you have God in your heart and you can share everyday life, one of the things I'd like to say is, in my own talking to God, when I was in my room and I'd look out the window for 4 months, I always wondered, like, I wonder what my family's doing. I wonder what my church friends are doing. I hope they're okay. I'm praying for them too, but I really told God that if He got me through this, that I promised Him that I would serve Him even more.
Amen.
I know in the past, both my wife and I, we did ministry work at another church, but it wasn't that I didn't want to do it anymore, because I love working with the youth. It's just work got in the way, and that's part of my fault, because I work too much. But I say all this to pass it on to y'all. I was on the fence. I was looking at everybody doing stuff here for the church. And if I could just give you some encouraging words, please, don't be on the fence. Don't be on the fence. Start helping out. There's so many things here, so many good things that are going on at this church. I encourage you all to get involved.
I love that. Alex, I got one last question for you, and then would you like to see his family? That'd be awesome. We'll bring his family in right after this. How did it change your relationship with God? All this, how did it change your relationship with God?
Well, I always believed in God, but it brought me closer to Him. And I think that when you pray to God and you pray unselfishly, He hears you. He really does. And one of the most amazing things that I was told when I was, because there's some things that I do remember and some things I don't. I guess because of the medication. But, to find out that my own kids were not only praying for me, but unselfishly, they were going around room to room at the hospital praying for others. And to me, that's amazing. That's amazing.
It is. It is. If I can get the Almendarez family to come up and join him and be by his side.
Before I introduce my family, I'd like to say, of course I can't recognize everybody because we'd be here too long. But people like Ruben Slaughter, Renee Sied, Rita Aguilar, who was there every day, Carlos Nino, Larry Duran, Tony Rizzo, with those big hands. I always joke with him about that. And of course, we call him Shadow, Victor Balderas, because he was always there every day, and I'm forever grateful to all of them.
That's so good. Brother Alex, you had to tell everybody one last thing. What would you want to share with them?
I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for keeping me in your prayers. And it's all up to us how we look at life. I know there is a God, because I wouldn't be here. And I can hug my wife, I can hug my granddaughter, I can hug my mom, and it's a good feeling.
That's good. Let's give it up for the Almendarez family.